Hey, this is Oscar with Control Your Health. Welcome back to day 16 of 30 Days to Better Shoulders. And today we're going to go over the stick arm break, just an overall excellent exercise for shoulder health, shoulder mobility. The setup for this is very important. You want to make sure that you're standing tall, squeeze your butt, abs are tight, and that your arms stay locked out through the entire movement. I'm going to inhale as my arms come up, exhale as the arms come back, inhale up, exhale back, and then I'll show you from the side. Trying to maintain that posture and arms straight throughout the entire exercise. What you don't want to happen is, I'll demonstrate a bad movement, is bent elbows, arching or flexing the back to get around the stick. Make sure you stay nice and straight, arms are locked out, and try to aim for about 10 reps. This is a nice stick because it's got notches and it allows me to progress and know where I'm at as I bring my hands in. Okay, give that a try. Let us know.
Hey, this is Oscar and Savannah with Control Your Health. Welcome back to day 17 of 30 Days to Better Shoulders. And so today we're going to work on a nice shoulder stretch. It's stretching yourself into shoulder flexion. So what we have here is a bench, and Savannah is going to start by making sure the elbows are locked out. Because I already know that she has a pretty mobile back, I'm going to cue her to be a little bit more challenging, and you can do the same as well, is to engage your core, abs nice and tight, spine long, and then exhale into the stretch. And this is just a great overall stretch for the shoulders. And now I'm going to cue her to do a couple of pulsing. So imagine you're pinching your shoulder blades back and forth, and then match that with your breath. After you do about 5, then exhale a little bit deeper into the stretch. Okay? You can do this from the floor as well, or from a countertop. It's just a really great stretch to do at any point throughout the day. But just remember those points. Elbows locked out, abs nice and tight. Hey, this is Oscar and Savannah with Control Your Health. Welcome back to day, is it 18? Day 18 of 30 Days to Better Shoulders. I apologize. There's some people cutting lawn outside. I'm just gonna go with it. Okay, yesterday we did shoulder flexion. Today we're gonna do shoulder extension. So you get into a butterfly stretch, walk your arms back a little bit. Think spine should be straight. That doesn't mean vertical, just straight, okay? And this is how you increase the stretch, 2 ways. One is you could try to scoot yourself forward, butt moves forward, arms stay where they're at. And then 2 is try to bring your fingers, hands closer together, still while keeping the back straight and the arms locked out. Is that a pretty good stretch? Yes. So it's very important to breathe here, but you should try both. Number 1 rule is do not move into pain.
All right, for today, some days you just have to have a little bit of fun. Hey, this is Oscar and Savannah. Welcome back to 30 Days to Better Shoulders. So now that you've spent some time mobilizing the shoulder, making it feel a little bit better, we're gonna load it, and we're gonna set up almost like a kettlebell get-up. So Savannah's got a weight that's a little bit heavier than what she normally does get-ups with. She's gonna roll onto her back, use both arms to press it up, and then this is pretty much what the exercise is. You wanna practice having a vertical arm, ears and shoulders moving away from each other. She has a pad to make sure that the neck is nice and in line. Not necessary, but depends on what your comfort level is. And then the other thing that you want to make sure you can do is take deep breaths. So inhale, exhale, make sure that you can look left and right. I see the shaking, which means this is a good thing. And you want to spend at least a minute there. Hopefully you can get close to 2. Of course, not moving into pain. So give that a try. Let us know what you think. Hey, this is Oscar and Savannah with Control Your Health. Welcome back to 30 Days to Better Shoulders. So now we're gonna move into an excellent exercise of loaded mobility, and it's called a kettlebell armbar. I'm gonna choose a weight that's relatively light for you. So you set up exactly how you do for a kettlebell get-up, press overhead. Now the difference is the free hand is gonna go over your head, bicep by the ear, and then you're gonna roll over to the side and start with the knee above the waist. Yep, and this is good because you got to use your breath as you move over. Start with the knee above the waist, and then make sure that the arm stays vertical. How we challenge this, because you want to keep getting a little bit of rotation here, is you start straightening out the leg as you exhale. And if you have someone to spot, which you should, you want to make sure, give them that feedback to keep the arm vertical. All of this like little twitching that's going on, that's just those muscles learning how to stabilize the shoulder. As you come back, make sure that you're safe. You roll the hips back, both arms come up, and you safely bring it back to the starting position. Give that a try, let us know what you think. Hey, this is Oscar and Savannah with Control Your Health. Welcome back to 30 Days to Better Shoulders. So now we're going to do a pretty advanced move called the kettlebell broken arm bar. And we're going to set up pretty much just like we did for the arm bar. First, arm goes overhead. The left arm is going to be by the bicep. She's going to roll over to her side. And I have this here to give her a little bit of feedback because I want Savannah to keep her knee above her waist. Okay? Now, the kettlebell arm bar, I'm going to guide her for this. You want to turn towards the pinky and then give a little feedback here. Start bending the elbow, keeping the upper arm in contact with the body. Exhale. This is pretty tough, I know. But nothing's gonna break, okay? The important thing is to try to make sure that you can relax in this position. Inhale, exhale, and just spend like 5 minutes here, right? No problem. 5 minutes and you're good. I'm just kidding. Try for 5 breaths and then make sure that you safely come back to the starting position. So pressing up and rolling back to the side. Give that a try, let us know what you think. Hey, this is Oscar and Savannah with Control Your Health. Welcome back to 30 Days to Better Shoulders. You know, we've been talking a lot about the movements of the shoulder, which involve pressing and pushing, but a very important aspect to shoulder health is pulling. And a really great way to incorporate this into your training is with a band. So we have Savannah here with a relatively light band. The way you set this up is make sure that you squeeze your butt, ribs are down, and then pull as you exhale. You can then add a lot of variety here. One is you can pause at the top. 2 is you can go really fast for high reps. And then 3 is you can increase the thickness or the tension that comes with the bands by getting thicker bands. So incorporate pulling exercises if you want better shoulders. Hey, this is Oscar and Savannah with Control Your Health. Welcome back to 30 Days to Better Shoulders. So we've been talking about the importance of pulling for overall shoulder health. Another great exercise you can use with a band is just a band break. And so what Savannah's doing is imagining that she's breaking the band. Setup is the same. You want to make sure you squeeze your butt, keep your ribs down, and I'll just have her turn to the side and show what we don't want to happen, which is arching of the lower back. Yeah, very nicely done, Savannah. Good exaggeration. Okay, but the nice thing with the band is that you can change the intensity of the exercise by either just holding on to one part of the band, not both, by separating your hands a little bit more or bringing them in a little bit. So a lot of versatility in the band. Give that a try and let us know what you think. Hey, this is Oscar and Savannah with Control Your Health. Welcome back to 30 Days to Better Shoulders. So now this is going to be a 3-part series of what we are going to work towards shoulder hovers. Okay, and what we're going to start with is having Savannah get nice and tall, ribs stay down, and then she's going to internally rotate the arms and then bring the hands up along her spine as high as she can without letting the shoulder blade wing out and while also keeping the wrist straight. The way we challenge this now is, and start moving into a little bit of a stretch, is I'm going to ask her to bring her elbows in closer together without moving from the wrist. Nice job. Okay? And then the next step is then I'm going to ask her to reach for my hand, lifting her hands off of her back. And that's pretty challenging. You can see a little shaking from my side. Okay? So that is the first step. Give that a try. Remember, don't move into pain and don't compensate by leaning forward or leaning back. Hey, this is Oscar and Savannah with Control Your Health. Welcome back to 30 Days to Better Shoulders. So now this is part 2 of moving into our shoulder hovers. Now what I'm going to ask Savannah to do is to externally rotate her shoulders, bring the arms up over her head, and then behind the head, down along the spine as low as you can go without making a fault in your position, like leaning back or extending, right? And then the same principles as the other exercise apply. The way we increase the intensity is I'm going to have her start trying to bring her elbows closer together without bending the wrist. And then the next level is then to try to lift off of her spine or her head and reaching for my hand, right? And adding that. And then trying now to bring her hands a little bit lower along the spine and reset the position. So give that a try. Let us know what you think. Hey, this is Oscar and Savannah with Control Your Health. Welcome back to 30 Days to Better Shoulders. So now we're going to put those last 2 days of movements together. I'm just going to coach Savannah through it. There's no set rules here, except that you don't break your position by leaning forward or back. So getting nice and tall, ribs are set. I'm going to ask Savannah to internally rotate the shoulders, bring her hands up along her spine as high as she can without breaking, making sure that the scapula doesn't wing out. Okay, from there I want you to then bring your elbows close together and lift off the hands, lifting off as much as you can, bringing it up against the spine a little higher. Good. And then we're going to reverse it, coming down, externally rotate the shoulders, bringing up over the head, along the spine,
getting nice and close. And then same as before, bring those elbows closer together and lift off. And that is one set. Repeat, rinse and repeat, do it as often as you can.
All right, so this is gonna be an upper body mobility routine, and we're gonna break it up into different parts. The first part is trying to get the sympathetic tone down and do a little bit of breathing. So the way you wanna set this up is knees up, feet on the floor. Really wanna make the back of your neck as long as possible, your spine as long as possible, but push your lower back into the ground so I can't get there if I needed to, okay? Savannah's already got her hands on her ribs, which is a nice cue so that as she inhales, the ribs expand. As she exhales, the ribs come down and in. So the other thing is I've got a yoga block here, and this can be a rolled up towel or even like a pillow folded in half. I'm gonna place it right in between her knees. Yeah, there we go. And I'm gonna just cue her to, as she inhales, again, the ribs expand, but as she exhales, she's gonna squeeze the yoga block just a little bit, doesn't have to like burst the yoga block. All right, we're gonna count out 5 breaths. So 4-second inhale and about a 7 to 8-second exhale. Take a deep breath in wherever you're at. Big exhale out. Neck gets nice and long. All right, and start breathing in. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Back in. 2, 3, 4, and then out. Keep exhaling out. For the next 3 breaths, I just want you to think now, tuck that tailbone up just a little bit. Good, start breathing in. 2, 3, 4, and then exhale out. Slight squeeze of the yoga block. 7, okay, back in. 2, 3, 4, and then out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you see how long that is. Breathing in, last one. 3, 4, and just try to exhale all the air out. You're gonna feel that you don't have any more air left to give. Just keep blowing out for a couple more seconds after that. All right, so that's 5 breaths. You can actually spend longer. I'm gonna take the yoga block out. Hey, this is Oscar with Control Your Health. Welcome back to 30 Days to Better Shoulders. Today we're gonna work on isometrically loading the shoulder. I'm gonna use this beam, but you can just as well imagine it being the corner of a wall. And my elbow is gonna be at about 90 degrees, but you can also have it completely straight. We want to spend about a minute passively stretching into your safest stretch. So ribs are down, I'm exhaling, keeping my shoulders down, and I'm just moving into my passive stretch. After about a minute, and ideally 2 minutes, you're going to try to progressively load the shoulder by pressing your arm into the beam for about 15 seconds. And then we're going to regressively isometrically load by trying to lift my arm up off the beam without moving my body, contracting, and after about 10 to 15 seconds, relaxing into the new stretch. So give this isometric stretching a try. Hey, this is Oscar with Control Your Health. Welcome back to 30 Days to Better Shoulders. Today is the last day, day 30, and we're going to continue on with our isometric stretching. Instead of going into shoulder flexion, we're going to go into shoulder extension. I find that using a suspension trainer works really well for this because you can tell whether or not you have slack. So I'm going to get into my passive stretch by walking myself forward. Ribs are down, spine is nice and long. I've got good posture, setting my shoulder blades back, and spend about 2 minutes here going to a passive stretch. After about 2 minutes, I'm going to progressively load this isometrically by trying to move my arm forward, closing that angle, building up tension safely for about 15 seconds, and then regressively moving by moving my shoulder into further extension, trying to lift my arm away from my body. Now there's a little bit of slack, and then I relax, move into my newfound passive range of motion, rinse and repeat. So give that a try, and then let us know what you think.